Camera. What are you looking at, camera? No, over here. Go. Yeah. Hi, chat. Welcome in, everyone. Happy Friday to you. Hopefully you've had a good week. Hopefully you've had a better week than my bot. So yeah, pork night, apricot night. Happy National Apricot Day, folks. Oh, I guess we do have a scramble. Do we have a scramble working? Is that connected? Okay, cool. Is working. Well, welcome in, everyone. Hopefully you've had a good week. I know I'm sort of repeating myself, but I royally screwed up my opening to begin with, so hey. Hi, I'm Chef Jay Tay. But at least I hit go live at the right time today. You know, I wasn't leaving everyone waiting. I charged the battery, so hopefully this thing doesn't die mid-pour. Happy New Year, Michael. We were talking about that the other day. A couple of people are talking about different things. I'm not making any this year. I've made them in the past, but usually mine are relatively loose. Like, eat more poultry. Uh-oh. JK been partying it up at the beginning of the year? I don't know. Ah, so you're a batting average fan. I should stop from making jokes along that line because I'm not into sports and therefore not really into sports betting. But I know it's a major thing, especially here on like streaming platforms. Yeah. Yep, it's working right now. You just have to scroll up a little bit. There's actively a word working right now. You don't have to type X in my scramble anymore. Oh, actually, you're newer than that. That was the old scramble. Welcome back, Sniper. No, I just finally fixed the way it was doing it, but I am working on removing a streamer bot regardless. The slideshow that plays on stream, I have moved from streamer bot to sprinkle bot. So it's probably going to play a little bit less, but it may actually play the slides at the end like it's intended to for ages. The next hurdle is getting it to actually do proper fade-ins and fade-outs, which, if you're not into OBS, I'm using WebSockets for a lot of my stuff to turn it on and off. And while you can very easily add transitions to things just with a right click on things in OBS, the transitions don't work as well with WebSockets turning things on and off. Hello, Alex. Hello, Muskeg. Awesome. Yeah, I saw that Dana's doing a new round of that. I was invited to join in on that, and it's just not sort of my thing. But there is actually a couple of food challenges starting up here on Twitch in the next couple of days. If you're into the food challenges, I'm not into lots of anxiety over no real good reason. I mean, charity's a good reason, but yeah. So it's good that they're helping charity. Thank you for joining me, everyone. Cheers. All right, let's see here. What are we starting with here tonight? Let's make sure everything's working as it should be. Oh, YouTube sort of working. It looks like the calendar's still logging into the wrong account. I made the mistake of logging into the wrong account first on this computer, and now it always wants to use the wrong account as my main account, and the only way to do it is sitting and unsubscribing to everything everywhere and redoing it all. I hope you've had a great day. I've set myself down and pounded my head against the wall all day with LLMs. I'm doing lovely. So we're doing pork, we're doing an apricot glazed sauce tonight. We're doing roasted potatoes and broccoli. Let me see, what do we actually have here written in the calendar? Make sure I'm actually following what I wrote down there. That's all I basically wrote down, yeah. Cool. So we're going to start by cleaning our potatoes because I'm using some older taters. It'll give me a moment to think and process how this dinner should go down. I've already got the pork out because it's partially still frozen. I got it out this morning, but that wasn't enough. So that's in the sink and water right now in a bowl. I got myself a new box grater. Excited about that. I've said it in Discord, now I gotta show it off here now too. Got a box grater. Wrong button. That button. Box grater. It's got a cute little bottom piece on there, either to act as a seal for the bottom, acts as a nice thing so you're not putting this directly on, surfaces that you store things. It's also technically supposed to be like a grabber thing, so you can use it to do this. I am never using it for that, but the real thing that got me on it was these seals. Like, I've had a couple of box graters, and I don't have a dishwasher. So this has irritated me. There's normally a very pronounced rolled seam at the bottom of all of these, and it does nothing but catch food and junk in it. And this one, there's still a seam there, but it's been rolled basically flat. Or almost flat. And so I suspect that's going to be much better. The other thing is, this has actually got like sharpness to it. It's not like they just ground the metal down. This is like, yeah. I'm being a good advertisement for this company, which is why I'm not going to say their name. Alex. Oh, dad joke. Hi, Ozzy. By the way, as I apologize for the bot posting in like 20 places when I go live. That was not intentional, and actually I had hoped to fix that earlier today. And apparently was very unsuccessful. Did I say hello to everyone that checked in at the beginning of stream tonight? I don't think I did. Hi, Nan Reader. Hi, JK. Hi, Mimic. Hi, Soph. Hi, Will Poker. Welcome, 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 welcome. I think I got everyone now. I hope I got everyone now. I just didn't feel like digging my fingernails into all of these. I normally just brush them off with my hand. But I'm using a knife tonight. Chops? You mean you're making pork too? Are you using apricot? Who will get the scramble? Ready, fight. Nice, Michael. Yeah, it is sort of weird when you're used to listening to an announcer play something else and they choose a different team or different sport. And it's sort of sad that we have the industry so consolidated on them that we don't have, like, a choice of good presenters. You know, it's just sort of like, well, that's the one we're stuck with. No. I guess we'll bowl. We'll use a bowl. Oh, I have no idea how to tease that word. Sorry. Yeah. So we'll season up our taters. Sunflower oil, salt. MSG. Pepper. And then I think I just want some smoky heat with this. And so we'll do smoked paprika for a little smokiness. And cayenne for a little bit of heat. We'll throw those in a pan with some parchment. And drizzle all this good stuff back over the top. Nah, I would have given it away if it was something. I don't even know what the word is. Definition is. It sounds something like a musician would use. Yeah, that's cheating. Oh, it did say it. Oh, no, that's not cheating after it actually said the word. I thought you were looking it up while it was still the active word. If you're looking it up after it was... No, that's fine. My bad. This is more broccoli than I thought I was going to have. I mean, I know it was 2 heads, but it was what the deal was. I need my bowl back. Is that time already? Time be flying tonight. What time it be? Make sure the bot's not going crazy. Oh, nope, it's right. Coffee break. You're good, Sniper. It's fine. I didn't even read the bot summary. Oh, that's hilarious. I'm sorry. I don't even know if I want to do these. Like, I don't want to throw the stems away. Freeze them? Nah. Then I'll definitely never use them. It's still not looking good enough to me. I'm going to take another layer off of that onion. And this one I'm just going to clean up because I don't need the whole thing for this, just to do some stems up. I just lost the center of that onion. Actually, no, we'll use you for that. And you for you. Starts with A. It was probably too late with a lag for anyone to actually use anything. Okay, so we're going to be searing our pork over here. We're going to be doing our broccoli over here. We need sauce spot. So sauce is going to be in back corner. Where'd I put you? Anyone remember when I made this? One light for me, please. There we go. All right, so we'll melt some pork stock, which we'll mix in with the apricot. How we doing here tonight? What's new? What's happening in this? Yeah, that's useless. I need to get rid of that from my dashboard. Looking at the news and seeing what food news. Although a fair amount of other news is leaking in there. Not much exciting there. I don't want to dive into what they're promising at CES this year. Not much there either. You boiling back there yet? Next big tech thing. LLM 2 point something. I don't know. Actually, it's pretty sad looking at the next big tech things because it is all just like, you know, this is our newer server rack for AI. No, I don't think we hit a wall. I think we plateaued for a bit while the general public realized it existed. I think a lot of people burnt out on it quick, and I think it's making a lot of changes still, but yeah. It's happening slow enough that people aren't freaking out about it when they probably should be. Like, it can basically wipe out just about any white-collar job at this point. And it's not right all the time, but for the price, it's... comparing it to a human, humans aren't right all the time either. Hey, Jana. Yeah, that's just the start, Michael. What was the big news after the market closed today with I forget what it was, but the president announced something today after close of market to along the lines of something that really doesn't happen unless we're in serious financial issues. But like, they've wrapped everything that's going on in this just like everything's rosy. Oh, Telagio. So I'm just sort of chilling here because we're waiting on oven to preheat. We're waiting on stock to start reducing. We can get starting sauteing, but we're just going to be sauteing early. Pork is almost there. Like, it's most of the way there. I really butchered this cut, though. This cut of pork might be fun to sear. We're getting down to the funky pieces that I had out of that pig, and I still have at least one more 2-bone roast that's in the freezer that I didn't pull out. This was the more like misshapen one. Like, it looks like I almost completely missed the fat from the meat on this one. I'll show you when I get it out of the sink from defrosting. Do I add anything with the broccoli? Do we go spicy with the... Well, we're spicy with the potatoes, too, so... But I'm wondering, maybe a little... I've got the harissa sauce in the fridge. Maybe harissa with the broccoli? Cheese? That means I would have to use my grater. I only have like 4 types of cheese in the refrigerator right now. If you want me to be specific, it's mimolette, cheddar, mozzarella, and the Mexican melting cheese that's name I can't remember. Test drive? Test drive what? Yeah, test drive the new grater, yeah. I'm tempted. I'm tempted. I don't think I've tried mixing harissa and cheddar before. Though ideally I would probably think blue cheese. I don't have blue cheese, but I've been sort of craving blue cheese. I saw someone post a recipe with blue cheese, and it's not like it was a restaurant recipe. It wasn't like, but still, it's got me craving blue cheese. Got to support Big Boy and go buy myself another container of blue cheese dressing that's probably only got like a quarter of actual blue cheese in it. Nice. Pork burger with blue cheese. Are pork burgers becoming a thing, or is this just a thing for your place? Pork burgers are not typically what I would think is great burger meat. Like, pork's great, don't get me wrong, but it's not beef. And chicken grills better. It's probably the trend right now with how beef prices are, even without, regardless of if beef prices are actually bothering people, it's the news, it's the talk right now. And so I can see them going to alternatives. And me talking the last stream about the price of chicken, where organic chicken thighs were the same price per pound as 80/20 beef. I can see pork. The Warehouse Club was advertising pork for Christmas this year. Or was it New Year's? One of the two. I think it was Christmas. I need to reserve a little of this stock for something else, for our broccoli steaming and all that. The rest we're going to reduce down for our apricot glaze. I just think of pork as, like, you can make it into basically a sausage patty. But generally, pork overall is a little bit leaner. And when it comes to that mix, unless you're blending a whole bunch of fat in there with the meat, you could also do other things with it, like you could wrap it in a pork wrapping, in a fat wrapping. What is up with that camera? Was it just switching back and forth that whole time? Ooh. I said that sort of wrong when I was talking about the pig. Like, pigs overall are most certainly fattier overall than cows. I feel like I was sounding like an idiot there. It's the fact that the meat, the marbling of the meat on pigs is much leaner, is what I was meaning. What cut of meat? This would be called, well, this is bordering on a French chop. We don't got any of the actual tenderloin in here, but that's our normal pork loin. These are our ribs. So it's just all combined together. It's not one that you would normally find at the market. Forgetting the proper term for that as it is now. Like I said, if you had the tenderloin on the other half, if it was earlier in the rack, it would be a French chop, but it's not. Trying to think of the name of what they call it in beef too, because they serve this almost more in beef than they do in pork. But they have a different name for it in beef than they do for pork. Ultimately, the answer is, yeah, it would be the equivalent of a beef tomahawk, but in pork. All right, why don't we get our potatoes in the oven, get them started. 400-degree oven. We'll get them start roasting. We'll give an initial timer of 35 minutes on those. We'll get some fire going underneath both of these. Bit of oil over here. We'll wait on that. We'll make sure that's smoking first. I did. I have some. Pickle slaw is great. So is cooked cabbage. You got too much cabbage around the house. The kimchi stew the other night wasn't bad either. Throw our onions in the pan and get them started. Kimchi is one of those ones where, yeah, if you like kimchi, I would recommend making it yourself because, one, you can make it with better ingredients, and two, you can make it, you know, the way you want it done, whether your level of spiciness, your level of funk. You're probably not going to, these days, like, you don't really make a whole lot of more money or save a lot of money by doing it yourself at home so much anymore. There's things that you can do that, but it's rarer and rarer. Like the video I posted of the Brussels sprouts today. This gives you an idea of the whole industry right now. That video I posted of the Brussels sprouts, I was sitting there looking at that and I was like, they haven't automated them picking that off the ground yet? Like, they were just sitting there picking them up and throwing them in the machine. Like, Amazon can do that all day. Not that I want people to be out of jobs. But I don't, at the same time, I don't know that I consider that rewarding work. I doubt those people feel accomplished for anything but having money at the end of the day. Adding the broccoli stems in there too to start sauteing them up. We got some smoke coming up over here now. So that pan's starting to get nice and warm. salt. Oil in this pan for searing. This is going to be for our pork. Starting by searing the side that I think is going to be hard because it's working against the angle that I cut it. I agree, John Ray. Some acidity to crack through the fat and refresh and turn the fan on high here for the smoke. go ahead and add our garlic in here. The last of this little bit of garlic is going to go in with the stock to go into the sauce. So it's just going to boil with the sauce. That's looking pretty. I'm amazed that I got a sear like that on that with that pork being as cattywampus of a cut that I made there. Like, it's sort of hard to tell between the rib bones going off at an angle from the meat and the meat itself not being very evenly cut. I didn't do a good job on this cut. Like, yeah, I mean, just see it how it's standing there now. That's not a very even cut. Looking down the bone. We're going to finish this in the oven. I'm just giving it waiting a couple of minutes here to get us closer to the potatoes being done at the same time. The heat is off on our broccoli and onions and garlic now too, so it's just sort of chilling here. I am going to finish this with the broccoli on top of it and using this underneath to steam the broccoli on top. A little smoky in here right now. You can see the haze going on up here. It's a little hazy. Oh, hey, follow me, camera. There we go. I was waving my hand around and confused the camera and stopped following me. It's just me here anyway, so. All right, we're gonna go ahead and No, we still got to give this about 5 minutes, and it'll be good for resting it after searing it anyways. But we need to finish that in the oven with nice, gentle bring up to full heat. I think that's what I'm going to do here. We're going to take the rest of this stock here. We're at least going to do the harissa with the broccoli. So that's pork stock with harissa added to it. We're going to use that with as our steaming liquid for our broccoli. This flame is off. This flame has been off. The flame on this pork has been off for a good couple minutes now. That's still just searing with heat from the pan. Like, cast iron is just ridiculous. Yeah. Our stock is reduced down nicely there, so I think we're going to add the apricot to that now. We'll just let that melt down together. We're going to reduce the heat on the flame on that down to mostly just keep warm sauce temp, because that jelly, we don't want to burn it before it melts. So basically everything's off on the top of the range now. All right, 15 minutes left on the taters. Pork gonna go back down in the oven with those taters. They're looking nice. I think it's time for some water. What do you think, chat? I think it's time for water. Soph knew that one. Bot? Are you okay, Bot? I have a feeling that's supposed to be hibiscus. I have a feeling you would have gotten that right, but I think the bot is screwed up on that one. The bot doesn't currently have a word to unscramble right now. Like, it has a scrambled word, but it doesn't have an unscrambled word. I'm sort of confused. I'm sort of curious what's going to happen when it times out. You're confusing and scaring me, Ozzy. I'm on stream on stream? I wonder what happens if I do this. That didn't do anything. Or I press the reset. That one's actually a word. And that sauce is all sorts of thick. It's just screaming for give me some butter, which I'm not going to do until I'm finishing it. But I'll get the butter out. It might have used the timer from the one previous for the new one. Something's a little scurry there. Something isn't quite right. Of course, you could say about that about a lot of the bot. No, dad joke. That doesn't work. That's not true. I feel sad now because I feel like we got on the sniper's case and yeah. Hi, Jazzy. Oh, it's just trolling. The bot is just totally trolling everyone. Wow. It's out for chat tonight, isn't it? The one earlier too. How we looking down here? Looking tasty. I hope I don't have to break out a whisk in order to get that sauce fully combined. Sassy can be fun. The problem is when it goes from being sassy to harassy. Right? I have to remind myself now that the camera's looking at me when I'm over here. I'm still not used to this dual setup. Got about 4 minutes here. We're going to be chilling, waiting on the stuff in the oven. So I think we're going to take a short break here, real short break, and I'll be back in a couple minutes.
What? Keeping the coffee in the icebox?
Yes, Mr. Jones, it's a new kind of coffee, roasted by a new secret process. Hence, this new none such coffee has a different flavor, a flavor preserved by vacuum packing, the flavor retained by refrigeration after the jar has been opened. Just taste it. You can't miss that delicate aroma, that clean, mellow taste. Yes, in cooking, the way to a man's heart is most of all through the coffee pot. In every jar, you'll find 3 special pointers, valuable in all methods of making coffee. Try new none such coffee now. Use half the jar. If not 100% satisfied, get all your money back from your grocer without argument. Special for movie week, only 28 cents a pound, plus 3 cents refundable deposit on the jar.
Here's an amazing free offer for everyone who's overweight. Even if you've tried other methods and failed, you can still lose ugly fat fast. Yes, thousands can tell you that calometric control is the only safe, sure, effective way to reduce. Now, this package contains the Wonder 10-Day Diet that gives you 3 delicious meals a day, plus a bedtime snack, even includes a jog for your willpower. Yet you take only 3 calometric tablets a day. And here's the sensational free offer. A 30-day supply of wonderful calometric tablets. A certified $3.50 value when you buy the regular calometric way to weight control. You save $3.50. Now that's a $7 value for only $3.50. A 50% saving. And how can you get your free bottle of calometric tablets? Well, just send in this calometric box top with your name and address. Your druggist will give you a postage-paid envelope already addressed to the calometric company. Now don't lose hope, lose weight. Get calometric reducing formula at your drugstore. Send the box top in the free postage-paid envelope. Get your $3.50 bottle of calometric tablets free. Don't wait, act now.
I'm a guitar and I have strings. I like to play while someone sings. Hi, gang. Do you recognize this mouse guitar? It's just like the one the Mouseketeers gave me. And now Mattel Toy Makers, the people who made my mouse guitar, have a big surprise for you. You can have your very own mouse guitar just like mine. And look, I wrote out all the instructions so you can learn to play the songs we play on the show. Remember, gang, you can now get the mouse guitar wherever toys are sold for only $4. Hey, I almost forgot. Be sure to see the Mouseketeer Junior, too. Just turn the crank and it plays the Mouseketeer theme song. The Mouseketeer Junior is only $1.80. Be sure to look for this label, gang. You can tell it's Mattel. It's swell.
Okay, back again. Gonna go ahead and get started with our broccoli right off here. Go back over the stove. We'll turn the heat on our sauteed onion, broccoli bit stems, and garlic. And bring that up back to a sizzle temp. That is our timer on our taters and our pork. Taters looking nice. Pork looking tasty. We're going to get the taters off of the oven now. pork is looking nice. I'm happy with the way that looks. We're still waiting on that to warm back up. The smell of garlic, I don't know if I can smell it from this or I can smell it from that, but I can smell the garlic from something. Alright, now we're going to add our boiling liquid of pork stock and harissa over the top of that. And we're going to add our broccoli to steam on top of that. Salt. I tasted the sauce during this break. Sauce needed salt. Heat off on the sauce and back. Go ahead and add butter in with the sauce. Let that finish. This isn't an exact lid for that, but oh, it goes on that one, doesn't it? Okay. I guess we'll use you to steam it. bringing the blowtorch out. I don't like how the top of the pork here is looking, so I'm going to give it a little bit of a sear. So it looks like some nicely steamed broccoli there. What you looking at, camera? I'm over here. Yeah. So now we're going to toss this with everything else. So this is going to be beautifully green. Now it's going to turn red. We have our butter here. This smells amazing. Of course, I love the smell of harissa too. It's not... you touched dirty meat. Trying to show off some of the beautiful color on some of these taters. It's not showing off very nicely. There we go, folks. There we have our pork dinner for tonight. So there we have it for tonight, folks. My Friday evening dinner. Sunday's going to be even more impressive. What am I making on Sunday again? Darn it, it reverted again. I changed it earlier in this stream to the right account. Oh, that's what we're doing on Sunday. We got any cheese fans in chat? We're going to do a TikTok trend on Sunday. I'm going to try the apple, brie, and upside down puff pastry tarts. And then I'm also going to make a ribeye steak. In fact, let's get that steak out in the fridge. Here's the, to give you an idea, here's the steak we're going to be working with on Sunday. This was off of my holiday roast. Just a little bit of marble there. Just a little bit. So that'll be defrosting in the fridge until... But I'm interested to see how they turn out. Like, I don't do a lot of brie. I like brie. But I don't eat a ton of it. I don't buy a ton of it. It's sort of pricey. And it's sort of like a party type thing. I don't, like, I feel indulgent eating just like a giant thing. I've done whole baked brie on stream before. But it's a bit much for one dude. I say that with this in front of me. But, hey, here we are. Thank you for joining me this evening. I think we're going to call it here for tonight. Let's see who's out there tonight. I think that's a decent target. I'm going to raid out tonight. I'm going to send you all off to someone playing video games. But it's not video games that I watch them for. I watch them because they make YouTube videos that I like. Most recently... Oh, and then it goes and hides it from me. There we go. I'm going to send you all off to go hang out with Team PGP, which you may know on YouTube as Level 1 Tex Wendell. So I'm going to go say hey and say, hey, I liked your last video. Are you waiting for 2 hours? No. Not that I know of. Anyways, I shall be back here on Sunday. Like I said, I hope you join me for that. I hope you have a great weekend. Good night, everyone.